ni URETERI.
Bwakwa rukirirwa kuni rwambirite bwega ningukugwata ogeni ndene ya mubango Jojo Kuugukea arankethirwa ngikumenyithia nteto ira twikirite orito rukiribwa narua bwa tariki 7 mweri jwa 12 mwaka ni jwa 2022 mbita MAUREEN KINYA MC wa Bogeta West ura niwe DMK Kiogora ura kinya nowe mukanukia wa baraba kaindene ya mbunge ya kaunti ya Meru ntukwegoro na arethirwa gichokia rwaria rungi rwa kuingata Gavana Kawira Mwangaza ndene ya kaunti ya Meru gutwika ta gavana ikaririkano kiumia kithuru koti nethiritwe ikithirekereria ontubobo na kinya kwatha ati rwaria ruru rutibatere kwithirwa rukiaririrwa okaire mbunge kagitene okau ura niwe MC wa baraba ingi ndene ya mbunge ya kaunti ya Meru Evans Mawira Nkuruki nethiritwe akiuria gavana Kawira Mwangaza ethirwe agikia a chief of officers barabara ikite kuthurwa niwe ndene ya mbunge je nikenda bethro bagikurukwa na Meru betana mbere na kwithro bakiritirwa ngugi Muthuri Muriuki gatwire Nkuruki.
Gavana wa Meru Kawira Mwangaza na achoketwe karangone kairi kiri county assembly ya Meru uju ni MC wa Bogeta West na DMK Kiogora kwithwa letetero ali kairi rokumwe bire gitine nyuma rwali kukiume kithiru kwithwa rukiaberwa rikoti ngana DMK Kiogora o mathina jaja rungumite Kawira no jaja murumirite nyaka gitagaka gitumi bakwenda kumwe bire gitine.
The discreditable acts have created a toxic environment in which the governor cannot be legitimately expected or relied upon to work harmoniously with the staff and elected leaders at the national and county levels of government. And the governor's continued stay in office under the prevailing toxic environment will inevitably undermine effective and efficient service delivery and thus hurt the interest of the people of Meru County. The Assembly therefore resolves to impeach the governor under Article 181 of the Constitution, Section 33 of the County Governments Act, and Standing Order number 65 of the Standing Orders of the Assembly on the following grounds. Number 1, nepotism, illegal appointments, unlawful dismissals, and usurpation of the Constitution and statutory functions of county organs.
Ndene county assembly mutejwa narua mutongeri wa baraba nini ndene mbungeji no mwenda ithiri kuna ripoti ya tete mwezi jumwa juthiri nikena amenya mbechiri kuthuna cibitari urati utumika na mwankire na ripoti eji itare to ndene county assembly eji.
And Mr. Speaker, I doubt whether in the county government there are clear structures, because my good guess is that there are no structures in the county government of Meru. Because if there are structures, then the report could have, the statement could have come to this house since it was requested.
The CEC, who is in charge of the health department, didn't see it wise or prudent to answer to that statement that was sought from this Honorable Assembly. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, I feel it to be right if you direct them that the committee summons the CEC, who is responsible, to come and answer to these queries on the floor of the House.
So, Mr. Speaker, I echo the words of Majority Leader. It's their time that the acting CEC health be brought or be summoned to this House and explain about the statement that the committee has sought.
The leader of the majority is to ensure that the CEC, the acting CEC, is summoned immediately to answer what is supposed to answer. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Ketumina ndi speaker amena MCA bambungeji betikanite ntariki 20 mweri jojo munini wa gavana mutubanto idinkia urenyo gwatiterwa ngiro gimbo mwiri twagikinya kia assembly eji nikenda choke masokyo jaja.
I direct the chair of the audit committee to summon the CEC health on 20th December to come personally and appear on the committee and give reasons as to why he has not responded, and at the same time give a concrete answer on the statement that was sought. So I give those directions.
Indi amana bubu mutongeri wa inge mbunge neji no baraba nini bedo bakudia gavana Kawira Mwangaza bedo akireta supplementary budget bombe kumugurikiria ni amana ndobaria akwenda ba chief officer na kinya kombikana ala tantu bangi ja minister nikenda bombo kumugurikiria
ko batu tayari inya CEC barabangi narete tumukurukirie budget narete tumukurukirie, chief officers narete tumukurukirie, natige gutumira antu baba gutumirwa acting no ndukinya na arua iturigara muno wona barugiri igusambazwa cia mitandaone. Director acting aga appoint yungi acting director na acting director ojo aripoti ke acting director
tuirende majority agwa kinya sisi bara batakurukuri tukoro mangava narete bangi tumukurukirie kana meru baba weta manto yomba weta na mbere meru bwega so batu buramumba kuwa tura assembly meru tutena thina na ngavana batu tukuritangwa tubura kwagirite ashale imbunge tore abura tore turie mbunge ta imbunge tore na ngweja tucha mbunge icho tukuri turare twete recess kiumia giki tukwambira na arua ruju lakini ande no ntu kwenda mu gavana arete intobia atiko gitwete recess utamukurugiria turenda go extend mwanka tariki 21 kinya bindi turera thigongwaja no ntu batu twerwe ngugetu ne gukarandene abunge tukarera thigongwaja igenda to ensure manto jawe jara kwenda kurugirwa ndene abunge eto ya Meru ja gukurugwa atikeje kuga mwanka jore jo tonte jo kiamberia atikeje kuigwati assembly neta muthithirie ngugire ndai
nkiripotera URETERI Betamuthuri Muriuki.
Nabo gikundi kia siasa bara bethiritwe bagicindwa kiri kithurano kithiru bagwatanirite na gikundi kingi kia gwati mbaru bangabana Kawira Mwangaza ni bethiritwe bakiorotera kara Seneta Kathuri Murungi kumana na ndoa iria chirio gatigati ka MCA na Kawira Mwangaza. Baduga Kathuri ojo nwe wethiritwe akithundia ontu bubu nkuruki aria nabo bakimutetera Seneta ojo Kathuri Murungi MCAs gukurukira atongeria bao ni bethiritwe bakiuga ati antu baba ni bethre bakirita Kathuri ndene ya maigone jao kumania na ontu bubu nontu ndwa iria yumiritio ati akuma kiri Kathuri Murungi Seneta ende thina yonthe yumirite kiringabana Kawira Mwangaza wewengwa
muntu ura turetegetie na inya turi a Meru yawe Seneta Kathuri Murungi turamwene ya nchambe ntuko jenyumene ate nuokuruyanithia Meru.
Atongeria bara bakugwata mbaru ngabana Kawira Mwangaza ne bachumirite muthenya jwa narwa na kumeneria bonene Seneta wa kaunti ya Meru Kathuri Murungi bakiuga ati niwe ugukia ndoa gatigati ka MCA na ngabana.
Mheshimiwa Kathuri Murungi ndenda ukwira narwa na ruge Meru ni aibu nene muno kurega thiri icho ingabana wa Meru na wetoka ngabana na gitendoni muno wachoko gatwira eti batu turi a Meru ni aibu kwithira batwe tugita ngabana kuromborekeri ugo weja senetari imbio thithetie muno kenda Meru igiathi iponwe ituona bindu emwe ya Kathuri ate pretender etete TV chetu cionde cia Meru kenda Meru igwatanira turenda kwira mutano baba uri omwe bara benyumendo eji nethira otenyumendo eji rongama were ya Meru imbithe na yaku na there ya Meru kumnyaru areti pori abori yake kinya Seneta Kathuri obu orera wanayete na kiboyo kia mauta nikiaria ithete
bariuga ngugi ya Kathuri ni kurwa ari mustari ne jwa nyuma ende agichionanagia ati thuki methone ja mwingi
mbati Kathuri weto Murungi antwareria ariuga president atina inya ya kweja kwariria Meru na manto ja Meru jakiomba kwarirwa Embu ndendo moria Seneta areretia bangana Kathuri rere are Meru are MP atete MCA kinya ntuku imwe ba South Imenti atete MCA nyaba Meru no ntuku imwe ngogi Kathuri igwipendekezo ore abui akarwaga enyuma
ibetete na mbere kumeneria MCA bamwe ni ontu bwa kwira akari bamwe batikari ogoti
twira MCA beto iberete antu bakare ogoti turendo bera atire bamenye inspectment yube na yote about one fund indo abeno na ngabana na turendo bera tutekira kaire tugetania nabo tuitania abo turi wananchi ekethira imo wananchi basis MCA ndienda bameke budget ya 12 billion 600 million imbeje cheloko correction na barega mbeje uchi odhoranua kinya maendeleo jau bakuga njera ithithwe ndene want otetio bakona
bakirekereria boria MCA baumirie thina yao yongwa nikenda thiri yoneka
thine nuti want fund no to tayari ngavana na thananite want fund milioni 10 every want na mantuni waka plan ko bodho thai dikenda ngo yambia kutika January ni bibirio bototo mapokala anthi poitangara mapokala anthi na bobanga muntu were sorere inachula swa tera sima tume aja twete kuraja kwena tubaba inge ko watanira toleka thuri murungi tukona akiaje kana leaders bange kutemo wana siasa tulona kirungama no mwananchi wa kawaida tukona akiuga gavana ako sawa na serikali ya mama iko imara. Tafadhali rega nandwa amero baiturongwe na amero ngwiki akora ibo tukalauma na twetiyari kinya kumujia maandamano wetho genda nandwa meru yonthe begari
nabo bagicokerwa orio ni mutongeria wa bara bainge Evans Mawira na teterete kathuri murungi na kuga thina tiongi ende ni gavana Kawira Mwangaza
gutemu muntu kinyomwe waome utumite ntetu iri ikarika thina ira twina yo ndene miru na ore utumite ntetu cionthe ciumba gukarika tungi ni gavana wetu Kawira Mwangaza Mheshimiwa Kawira Mwangaza kwou itukwenda kwira roi athingati ba thirikari ya mama na kinya mama wengwa mwene natige kwenda kurujithania miru bonde na kurujithania miru na atongeria bao seneta kathuri murungi kure ira ringiri ndene ya miru ikure nyingi muno na getha gwe mtungi tuje mtuendete thiri i Mheshimiwa seneta wetu na deputy speaker wa senate Mheshimiwa kathuri murungi na juketia tagaria ria gutwita batu turi MCAs leadership twachoka twagarande nabo turi MCAs bonde na twabera thina ira tukona ndene ya miru iji na thina ira batu turi bunge tutukurukira lakini bakugeria guchwa rutere rwa gavana na aregere ukarandi na atongeria bara senetario MPs ba miru bonde bario women rep ario na aregere kubakanya ikenda na wabathikeria rutere rwawe na bomba kuonetha tukagwatanira
nabo baririta ngugi yao ta MCA uria kubati
kinya batu no gatukwa miru etina thina batu iritangu eche tuture MCS tuirende majority akwa kinya sisi bara batakurukuri tukoro mangava narete bangi tumukurukirie kana meru baba weta mando yomba weta nambere meru bwega so batu buramumba kwa ture assembly meru tutina thina na gavana batu tukuritangu tubura kwagirite ashale imbunge ture abura turie mbunge ta imbunge ture nangu eche tucha mbunge icho tukurita ende gavana no engage mbwa kona kutina thiri
MAUREEN Kinya Wero TV
nacho mambishop acho antu bonde meru romberwe kana meru bawita nambere
na kukagitene oka wakili uria waikite igamba koti kuregana na MCA kwithirwa bagitithia na mbere rwaria ruru rwa kwithirwa rukibereria gavana Kawira Mwangaza gitene na uju niwe wakiri wa Kawira Mwangaza niwe mutumagiciro nethiritwe akiaririria onto bobo buria bwithiritwe bwikarika ntuku ya igoro ara DMK kiogora arethiritwe agicokia rwaria ruru mbunge na kuga MCs baba baretagia utate na watho nontu kinya koti nethiritwe ikibarigiriria kwithirwa bakiaririria rwaria ruru
Dieto mbetawa Elias Mutuma ini wakiri wa gavana Kawira Mwangaza bukurikana kiumia kiathira aikoti Meru niombere kurungika impeachment motion iria entita gukarika gi county assembly Meru na yauga ikuaja na kirana gichungu twita conservatory orders kumanisha county assembly Meru itibatere kwariria mantu ya impeachment ye gavana Kawira munkariria kisiria twaikiri kotini ikarirwa kesi hiyo yangu ikathikirwo tariki 23 mweri wa January mwaka jo twetete na narwo nkuigwa county assembly bakuwasilisha motion jura bagweta jo mweru jo kuimpeach governor inkuga kulingana na order koti ejanire county assembly itena haki ya kwariria manto jau na abetete kinyume kia sheria kana order ya koti yugite so incommit Mheshimiwa Kawira Mwangaza kenda umpa green light tumenya atwere ange twirite lakini kambuge county assembly of Meru bagwita against court order ile yajanirwe last week
na wento murume umwe kuma ntere cha Mikindori nethiritwe akiamukira mpuro ya kathete na nyanje ni kira gikwirikana ni abisa wa ugima bwa mwire runguru wa thirikari ya kaunti ya Meru bubu bukirikana kuringana na kode ni ati auritwe kumania nawe kwithirwa ati kuthingatira mantu jegie ugima na nande na kwamukira utungata sibitari ni ya Meru level 5
onimbe ndokicha mbucha Kundeng kontraknya nama kandara. Ini untuk bakan coba ya nidian tu kawan cerita ada pembing kata. Dah akrabati ini anda banjir dia mungkin yang gelo. Dia memikir nak kau boleh sebati apa dengan ni ante nama baita.
Ikumania na ikarikari na ara biashara bathoko Mikindori balwa miringo eti ao mathaka thomba kenda kulwamana na Geoffrey kana kiomwe wao uraba kuwa na watirwe kurwa na kugurarwa imabisa bogi mabwa mwingi batongeretwe Geoffrey Maina
bamugwatara bena security enforcers bamurambora wenene bachoka bamugwata bamukiria negoro bamuringanithia karabati bamwarukia mutarone bamukinyangira kuo
leko thia ta Geoffrey ndata mwaka na station beta bamuringa nthe pata kwa niyo muculikira mwana uwete mbuno uwi ate no mutethia ndaringira kalikuwa na thimo kalikuwa atoke muntu to muike cibitari no nde Maina ete cibitari akauwa imuvungwa muntu kabungi ayetwe
akiaria mwekuru Geoffrey nona netiororo no gwa bwawe
njabira wete kure yana bagya matuito na garokera kumarokera na bayo te binya thonko mara ya kauna ngo nyama endre na batunya biashara banda kabare aito marungu aba kwari andore ana bagya no abarera oni randa kama shuli kera no abwe no ntobio ni tomba korera muntorani ai no ntona unangero kwanda nyate lo amana nyama endre ya unekangere yonde
abiashara baraba inge bawi biashara ira nini ibala la mikirete mithangi kwa kaita kwa kaita ngwene tiao muno njarene tia mabisaba
magana 5 yara Daktari Ruto rais wetu akuga mtu nane kura magana 5 nontu amba kugura nkara ciawe amba kwendia nontu bakwasu twina mtu ngeno akura kero tokewa wetwa Maina nontu atakwenda kona mtu akwendia nkala
president yetu ratura yasola turitenguira chumbe kyo tutethia ndiruri atiri muntu akainda atena haki wa mwamba uru athirikari wendia nkala uru ithirikari sore inkuromba turwe ne atatombe kuria kienda turenda kwamba Maina turenda kwamba kama makauti atotekeria turenda kwamba tuiye nontu tutumeria kura ombura ndo na Maina bakiura anto bakubwethia makosa tafadhali batu tutiomba kura iro anto kaba inyabungi tukimenya gatha ikinkulukia ethire kaburine ana bawe bethira bakimenyethe na kuire no rairo nero thino to bakwendia sambusa
totena kie kwendende na mekindori toitoratherio Maina na toiletie biroto waino tesia kuthama mekindori twethama mekindori kabira mwangaza tuthame mekindori tweteko
katogoria muntu akawaindare kate bati kuritango mekindori boya ile muntu akawato ena makosa ituishe sheria kinya gethe atutethomete muno kinya we mwamba kana uranete sheria eriwo watwe wikwendene obithirwe mastaka othae kwa kana orokirwe
na nonto bwa muthoro yo biashara neyo kirio unkumerwa kwaraka kwa OCS wetu kia borisi kia mekindori Patrick Mwatha ukireria biashara baraba kwithokirete cibitari ya subcounty ya mekindori ochwa machokio yomwe wao
ako kwa mikono mzuri ya hospitali sawa hapo ndio watatuelezea the reason why ako wapi sawa so kama amepigwa tuchunguze si ndio
nendiro mbare au kithirikari county Meru
kuromba Maina yukiru atua serious nekenda na askari babo kayobenda kumenyeka bonthe kwa one by one uraba bwithira ndo babwithire live tukiona ye funzo kiri nguru wanagia kura muntu kainda ndaike kari yo
ito kuromba thirikari county yukumire manto yau ya Geoffrey kanake nekenda mwananchi wa kawaida omba kona aki
itendeke Maina na kinya kotin enforcers baraba mukinyanga ibakinya kotin no to kwarema antuma mekidori baekera njara baekera sheria njara nesio
Maina atoebele Maina atoheshima kana Maina aite
amwena bo Maina wete baukari musakone yo antu baraba thiuruka kiabia kuria kumania na mukana na merekerere ritiro imonini o gavana county Meru mutuma nto ithingia urano we waziri wa ugima kenda kurierio tamba kwa murimo ya kolera na rira mabisa baba kinyire akwe na Geoffrey utiarwero mbere yawo wengwa nkiripotera Wero TV kuma Tiania mbeta wa mukiri wa Mithika
ni kuma kirirugano rwa mukiri wa Mithika ni otukona kanyaga kunogoka ugeta kuraja nzokerete na nteto nkuruki
nandi no wikire ntumirie ku ya muchemanio kiatho kana ntubwa gitumi ukwenda bukinyira mwingi amona ntumiri cia mathiko kiri kameme kaweru FM 96.4 ntuko chionde na chiringi 15 akio kiugo ntumirie ku no urete studio cha weru FM kirogine Meru mbere ya thaa 11 chiogoro ntuko chionde kana uringe na mbeji 0700 117026 no gatetheka ntumirije kathoma gwa themo chiogoro ontuko ni bwega no ntubagwite na mbere gutugwata mbaru ni batwe weru bwaku atugukinyirie ntumwe kware okwende kinya weru FM 96.4 rumuri rwa Ameru
Inya star 812 star 972 hash gwikira korintho ijire kamustari ge 13 jasikiza tune yeku
Akorintho ya ijire gichunchi gia 13 kamustari gia 14
wega wa mwathani wetu Jesu Kristo na wendo bwa Murungu Baba na ngwataniro ya Kristo mutheru birokorama na tutuinde kumana rwa yeje monka moyo jwa Kenya na Kenya. Amen.
Inya star 812 star 972 hash gwikira korintho ijire kamustari ge 13 jasikiza tune yeku
Gichokera na nteto nkuruki uria urakurukirwe ni mbunge Kuugukea kanya kamwandiki munene ndene ya rwangirwa iwanda ni Cooperatives Kiburi Kilemi muthenya jwa ntukwegoro na ithiritwe agitonya ndene obisine ya wenjeru na kwithirwa akijukia mathagaja uritingugi aria Kiburi ithiritwe akiuga akethirwa akiinyiriria mono manifesto ire ithiritwe igikirirwa ni Kenya Kwanza kiria Kenya akumania na igitariria bari campaign bobo nitabura tukwirwa ne Anthony Kathenya.
Nyuma ya kunyumuma wa uritingugi kiume kithiruga ya roni ya rais amuji muneno Nairobi, mwandiki munene kire department ya ikundi bia biashara tayo Cooperative Patrick Kiburi Kilemi ni amukirito obisi no muthenyo umde kuuma kiulethiritwe mwandiki munene obisi nino Alinur Ismail. Kiburi akiamukira obisi no nerithiti ati agatigira gukira sekta eno ya ikundi bia biashara kienda gutigira kuingia wirane bwa thirikari ya Kenya Kwanza.
To me, the task is pretty very clear. As the president set out in the executive order number 1 of 2022, when he was establishing this department in the ministry, I think he really set out clear objectives of what we need to do. Steering the cooperative movement in a government that is set on really on a transformational agenda. My appeal to you is that let us answer the core of our people. What do our people expect us to do? My core is fidelity to the law, fidelity to the act, fidelity to public service ethos. Let us operate within the ambit of the law. So that
na kile kuingia wera ni Bobo Kiburi nerithiti mendekithia kathomba mala kwirigira kuthingatira bwambele gutigira akte ikundi bia biashara ya mwaka wa 2022 igwetokua gutwika watho.
A key focus, of course, will be the legal framework. We need to get done with the legal framework. We need to have the Cooperative Societies Act 2022 enacted, and the amendment in the SACCO Act 2008 still is. Yeah, we need to have it. I mean, I think it will be very important that we align the laws we operate in within the 2020 Constitution and the realities of the day.
Bwajiri Kiburi Kilemi nerithiti agatigira rimi balabala kirorimi bwaka wa bakogunika kumane na thigino yao.
Secondly, you may know that we have the coffee marketing and us. I'm very passionate about coffee. We have an opportunity, a very special opportunity with this government. The president is very passionate about our farmers getting value for their produce. And as you may know, for a long time our farmers have not earned real value for their produce. We work with all the partners in the coffee sector to ensure that our farmers get true value for their effort.
Bwaka thatu kiburi ni augite agatigera gukire kiwanda kia iria gya KCC na arimi bakugwata baita mbega kuma gikambuni ino.
KCC plays a key role as a strategic food as a strategic food reserve institution. It also plays a key role in mobbing the market when there's a glut. The government has spent quite a lot of money in a modernization of KCC. We need to optimize. We need to sweat these assets. How do we, now that we have the assets with 9 or so factories, many coolers around, and the government is very keen on really spreading the coolers across the country so that our farmers, when they milk, there's somewhere they can take their milk. Then we need to optimize. We need to sweat these assets so that KCC is able to play optimally in the market by making sure that our farmers are getting value.
Bwaka na kiburi ni augite agatigera sakoli kuendelea ithujia wamba igutejanirwa na balaba kuendelea ngogeno bakujukirwa atua jake watho.
We will be looking at what can we do to improve on governance. We still have people who are operating as SACCOs, but they are really not SACCOs, but they are pyramid schemes. We want to see under the how can we do so that we minimize our people losing money from these people who pretend to be SACCOs, and they're just pyramid schemes.
Na bwaga tano kiburi ni akadite mubango wa Slafari na kugambe sonojia kinya kureto kirisako anto bakagunika nene migambole kwa titwe mbaru nulethire twagitongere department ino ali Nuri Smile.
I think the task of launching the Slafari was done in a record time. I remember one day I came and asked him, we said, you look pretty very calm when there are so many things which are expected to be in place and we are not sure if they'll be in place. There are many actors involved, but at the end of the day, you are the one to be held accountable.
You asked me the question, so have we left the ground properly prepared with regard to the SACCOs sector for PS Kilemi in terms of their involvement and participation in the subsequent phases of the Hustler Fund? And the answer is yes.
Patrick Kiburi Kilemi na Moronto mwagukiri kundi bia biashara ni athire na mbere na kugwatwo geni obisi neno na kwamberi ya ngugi imwe kwa imwe. Ongiola jukili obisi ni mere modoni kiri department ya nchera na olele diti Moronto kiri department yono ni ategatigera akugwatana na koti kienda kunyia bungwa kiri nchera mono mbalabe na magamba matenori tubonene.
Na la kwanza kabisa we must make sure that prisons are decongested. And while we are decongesting prisons, ni kuona ya kwamba wale wako pale ndani wako wengi zaidi. Kwa hivyo tunaomba pia the people who are out there, people should not come into conflict with the law every time, because hatutaki kuwa na wafungwa. Sisi tunataka watu watoke jela ndio tuendelee na uchumi mwema wa hii nchi ya Kenya.
Kuma mji munene Nairobi, Mbeta Antony, Rangi wa Kathenya.
Minister wa Uremi na Ndethia Franklin Mithika Linturi na ikete ndiunga yawe nthigurune ya Italy ntereche Rome nikienda kwithirwa bakiaririria mono uria ugaruruku bwarera bwithirite bukiringithia anene mantu jegie ndethia na kinya urimi aria ethiritwe akiuga nkuruki ugaruruku bwarera bote batereka iri kuringithia antu bethirwa bakithangika kumania na ugaruruku bubu ukana kinya kuthukanga kwa rera.
Yesterday we are serious in discussions on how climate change affects our food systems, and I think it's almost common ground that everybody in this meeting agrees that the effect of climate change has been so adverse on our food production, and there is a need for all of us to work together to combat climate change or to deal with climate change. It's also agreeable that we've had serious effects on our food systems out of the conflict out of conflicts, and the existence of good harmonious coexistence between nations is also paramount, because in one way or another when one country is in conflict with another, then this affects us, and that's why the cost of fertilizers are affecting nearly every country when we come to discuss on the factors that influence production. Today is also a very fruitful day when we've got another agenda on the table which we are discussing, and which is water. Water is a resource which without, then we can never have food. Our president himself has pronounced himself to the effect that we now need to organize ourselves towards running away from the rain-fed agriculture, and that's why he's made this commitment that in the next 2-3 years we require, through public-private partnerships, to establish dams that will go a long way in irrigation, which will, at the end of the day, be able to use to irrigate our land. The problem of food security is not only a problem in Kenya, it's not only a problem in Africa, but it's a one problem which I am glad that every nation is trying to address.
And one of the issues that has come up very strongly is how we can harness water using the new technology so that we avoid over-dependence on the rain-fed agriculture, which we are practicing back home. So this is the message we want to take home, that we must now use new technology. We must also encourage in areas where we can do roof catchment as a way of also getting water to improve on our agriculture. So we're also going to be looking at the new technologies that we can use to improve our agriculture.
To raise it when they come down.
Ngatho cha mwanya nontu bogwe wa gwatakanya gaku na kwithirwo gwatanirite na bautwikire nteto chetu cherurukire ugeta kuraja ituchokerete na Purity Nguta tukumenyithie nteto ndene ya mangathiti.
Inya *812*976# wekira